Hello everyone. Today we will discuss the topic communication style metrics. There are four basic communication styles, and in workplace passive aggressive and assertive, these are the common communication styles that are generally people generally communicate in these styles. People also have different intelligences along with their communication style, with some believing people have multiple intelligence, we can say. So along with their communication style, they do have multiple types of intelligence, and these intelligences impact the way whatever we have learned, and the way we communicate it to others. These styles are not only these styles not only impact the communication among your departments, along with that they also influence how effective your professional assets are, and including your infographic the way you project in your videos, whiteboards, presentations, animations, and many other things. Even the color and font also display that how we communicate, and the way we have learned the things. Each style has both behavioral and characteristics, as well as non-verbal behavior tendencies. So we need to study each type of style in detail today. As you explore these different learning styles, you will notice out of these one you can apply on yourself. So each one has their own style of communication, and what are the benefits of particular communication style, what are the demerits that are associated with particular communication style. We will be discussing all these detailings all these detailings, and even some remedies also, some solutions also we may be suggesting. If there are some demerits of any communication styles, how can we alter them? How can we imbibe some other style so that our communication can become more effective? There are four types of communication styles: uh, passive communication style, aggressive communication style, and another is passive aggressive, and assertive communication style. Today, we will discuss all these styles in detail. Communication styles are the broad ways in which people tend to communicate with one another. There are four main communication styles. We can see in passive communication style, it is emotionally dishonest, indirect, self-denying, blaming, apologetic, uh, other others' rights or needs. On the other hand, in the passive aggressive style, we will see the similar things. Some are the similar, such as emotionally dishonest, indirect, self-denying at first, self-enhancing at the expense of others later. But on the other hand, in aggressive styles, you can see inappropriately honest, direct, expressive, attacking, blaming, controlling, self-enhancing at expense of others. So you can see some harmful effects are also projected here in these styles. Another is assertive style, appropriately honest and direct, self-enhancing, expressive, along with that self-confident, empathetic to emotions of the involved persons also. So we will be discussing all these things in details, but still we can see here, even the picture also suggests uh, what sort of a person is, if he is assertive, aggressive, passive. So understanding different communication styles can radically improve the quality of your relationships. That is because your level of skill in navigating difficult conversations depend on your ability to connect. When communication breaks down, it's often because the patterns and habits of how we communicate our communication styles, they get in that particular way. If you are working to develop stranger leadership characteristics, better communication always plays a key role in shaping a positive culture within your office, home, classroom, and community. So you can see these are some specifications associated with different types of communication style. If a person is having these sort of gestures, then he is an aggressive person. You can see the assertive person, and even you can see the passive person. So communication styles have the power to build meaningful connections and crucial aspects of success in any area of life. We can see, if we really wish to communicate, we'll definitely maintain some connections with one another. Communication styles, they are stable interpersonal connections and have a positive impact on physical and mental health of a person, while poor social connections have ill effect on well-being. So you should always have some good relations with some formal relations as well. Even then you may not be in need of maintaining your relationships, still you should always have the habit of maintaining your relations. Once if you feel connected to others, then you will find that you are lowering rate of depression and even anxiety. So sometime if we do not have any connections, even then we feel that we are anxious, along with that we are depressed and we are inquisitive why nobody is willing to talk to me. People with meaningful connections live longer in their lives. This is observed, and even many researches have been done on this topic. Good communication skills and the ability to connect with others directly correlates with career success as well. Even your job performance enhances once if you take, or if you alter, or if you match your communication style, and if you eradicate those shortcomings that are associated with any communication style. So effective communication style always builds a strong, healthy, and family environment that always enables, helps you to come out of the depression, anxiety, and many other uh, demerits that are associated with certain communication styles. Behavioral influence differences your communication styles as well. You can see good behavior and bad behavior. You should always maintain a balance between these two. You should always have good behavior and you should always avoid the bad behavior. People develop relatively stable behavioral patterns, and people form immediate impressions about others based on verbal and non-verbal behaviors. You must have observed, even people are not saying something, they are conveying a lot of messages through non-verbal behavior. The way people behave towards one another is determined by their perceptions of each other. How do you take to another? How do you take any person? Whether the person is a important person for you, you'll be communicating in that way. If you are communicating casually, that means you do not have that much bond with that particular person. So the significant dimension of human behavior are assertiveness and responsiveness. That means you need to be assertive and you should always give response. Whether the person is important in your life or not, it doesn't make much difference. But if you are in the process of communication, you need to be active, energetic, enthusiastic, and you need to be responsive on the other hand. It is the expectation of the communication. What we say doesn't lie with what we mean. Sometimes it happens with us, we all do commit these sort of errors, that our communication habits often do not reflect our dynamic thought and emotions. What do we think? It is not at all reflected in a speaking, in a message conveying, giving others the wrong impression of what we want to communicate. If we do not say something to others, then sometimes it is not necessary that others will understand what we wish to communicate to them, what are we thinking about them. And these habits affect the way others perceive and respond to us during interactions. Once, if we are not energetic, enthusiastic, and responsive towards others, then even we may find that the others are also not behaving in appropriate manner to us whenever we are in any formal situation, whenever we are in any gathering, or whenever we are even communicating one-to-one based communication is happening, even then we may see the same condition. So you need to take care of these sort of communication habits. Once, whatever you wish what to say to someone, you need to say it in words. Sometimes non-verbal behaviors are not understood by the people whosoever is there in conversation with you. There are 4 communication styles you can see here. Passive style, aggressive communication style, passive aggressive communication style, and the next one is assertive style. So these all styles are having specific qualities associated with them. Here we can see that all these styles convey these things, such as if we have an effective communication styles, then we may see that they are behaving in a way as a relator, the socializer, the thinker, and director. How do they do this? If we are good at making relations, if we are warm and friendly, sometimes we may see that we are very slow, and even we are very inactive. We share the feeling sometimes. We are very good listener and we are very cooperative. In that sense, we can say that we are a relator. And how do we say that a person is a socializer? When the relationships are important for certain persons, and strong feelings of the personal worth, when we take any person seriously, when we are not fast paced, when we are not moving ahead in fast manner, enthusiastic and persuasive on the other hand, and when we do not afraid of taking risk. In that sense, we can say we are a socializer. How can you say that you are a thinker? You can all observe all these communication styles, and later on you can come to a conclusion that, okay, I am generally pursuing this communication style, whether it can be passive, whether it can be aggressive, passive aggressive, or assertive, because we will be discussing the symptoms of all these styles in detail. So you can also assess your own style, that which style do you pursue, which style do your other relatives or your friend or your parents and your brothers, your sisters, whosoever is in your contact, how do they communicate to you, and which is their style. You can all assess it in an appropriate manner once if you read these styles thoroughly. If a person is a thinker, then efficient, perfectionist that person may seem to you, and he may be slow and cautious because he always thinks whatever he does. Task oriented, whatever the task is provided to you, you'll always be task oriented. You'll do that only, you'll think upon that only, and you'll be contemplative. Follow directions what are provided to you, the person who is a thinker. So you all can analyze your own qualities, and later on you can deduce that which style do you pursue, whether you are a relator, whether you are a socializer, a thinker, or a director. So one more quality is works well alone, even the person who is a thinker. You may have seen many friends of yours who may be doing their work perfectly, following all the directions, and they are very task oriented and they always proceed with cautions. So in that case, you can always come to the conclusion that they are thinker. The director is the person who always emphasizes on results. What are the, you may have seen that the higher authorities, the principal or the director of any company, they, what do they want? They emphasize only on the results. They do not want any other thing. They are not interested to listen to any other aspect of the company or organization. They are only concerned towards the result. So little concern for relationship. If you see these type of people, they are fit for the post of directors, or they always direct the people. They are good at directions, good at giving directions, and they do not share feelings with others. And even it is seen that they are dominating. They always dominate. Whatever they say, they want that everyone should apply it, they should follow it. Fast paced and decisive. They move ahead without even thinking of anything. Because they are just willing to acquire, attain those results, whatever they have decided. So these are the four communication styles. The first style is passive communication style, where people speak in a passive manner and they have difficulty expressing themselves and tend to give it to others. Sometimes they even fail to express their thoughts, emotions, often lead to miscommunication and build up anger and resentment. You may have observed many of your friends. They do not answer, they do not say a single word, they do not even communicate with their friends. So you can say that they have passive communication style. How do uh, how can you come to the conclusion? When you see that they have difficulty making eye contact, inability to say no. Sometimes if you say something to them, even if they are not capable of doing those things, they'll say okay, but they cannot say that no, I will not do it. So sometimes they commit even the flaws. They also have flaws. They maintain poor postures because they are passive. They will not react in any case. You may recognize passive communication through phrases like, it doesn't matter that much. Sometimes you may have seen the people saying these phrases. So once if you can observe these phrases are being spoken by someone, you'll come to the conclusion that they are consisting passive communication style. I just want everyone to get along. Sometimes you may have seen the people are saying these sort of words, that it doesn't matter that much to me. I want everyone to get along with me. So if these type of phrases are being used by people, they are passive communicators. Now, what do aggressive communicators do? They take the things to the other side of the spectrum because they are aggressive. They rely on this communication style in the workplace, at home, and even among the friends, and they tend to dominate always. You can see this picture as well. They issue communication, they issue commands and ask questions rudely while failing to listen to others. So this is their common tendency. They do not wish to listen anything from others. And these are the common phrases you can see. It's always me, 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 they will say. And in positions of authority, they may be more of boss versus leader. So So if you see, there are the people, they have the quality of becoming a boss or a leader, then they are always having aggressive communication style. You can recognize an aggressive communicator with the following phrases. We can see: talk over the other people. These are the common identification by which we can identify if a person is aggressive communicator. So why do we need to identify? Because first of all, we need to know which style is aggressive style, which style is passive style, which is the best style to fit in to particular situation or particular profession to which we are associated. So these type of people, they always talk a lot to others, poor listening qualities they have, and they always interpret or they always interrupt frequently to others. They do not allow them to say something. They will always interrupt them and they'll not allow the communication from the other party to proceed further. They also have controlling. They also have the quality of controlling or demanding. They're always demanding. They wish to have these things from others. They always point fingers, you can see. And they always glare intensely. They stares, they frown. So these are all the qualities that you may see in aggressive person. They criticize, intimidates, or threatens even. So you can see they can go to that much extent. So you may recognize aggressive communication style through these phrases. Easily now you can identify whosoever is around you, what sort of style the person is having, and what are the specifications that are being done in that particular case that you can identify. The remedies also, the solutions also can be taken on your part once if you find any person who is aggressive in front of you. So what will that person say to you? It is my way or the highway. I'm right and you are wrong because I said so. I am entitled. These are the words and phrases that you may listen to from aggressive communicators. So you can identify them. Passive aggressive communicators, they seem passive on the surface. Sometimes you may have observed these type of people around you also. Although they may seem that they are very passive, but in certain situations you may find that they have become aggressive. So how can we deal with these passive aggressive communicators that we may see? We can recognize passive aggressive communicators if they have frequent sarcasm. You may have observed there are some people, they always criticize others. Words don't align with actions. Whatever they do, they do not match to that particular saying. Facial expressions do not match with their words. Difficulty acknowledging emotions. You may recognize these type of communicators by these phrases such as fine whatever you say. After saying something rude, sarcastic or damaging, I was only joking, they will say like that. You may see that although they may communicate some bad things and even criticize, they can be sarcastic at certain extent. And at last, if they find the situation is reversing, then they will change whatever they say. They are not their behaviors are not matching to that extent to their speech. So if these type of people are near you, then you can say that they are passive aggressive communicators. So you can make a strategy of dealing with these type of people. Engage in a non-judgment way and allow the person to work through. You can see if these type of people are in front of you, accordingly you can manage them, and you can first of all identify them. You can know what phrase, which type of phrases they are using. And once if you are well aware, okay, these are the passive aggressive communicators and they do have these types of qualities within them, then definitely you can make a strategy of dealing with these type of communicators. The one more type is assertive communicators. What you want, what others want, what you want, then you are aggressive. What others want, if you always allow this thing to happen, then you are a passive communicator. When you can balance these two things, then you are always assertive communicator. So you can see this style is little bit favorable and you can go along with this style to certain extent in many type of formal communication. This style of communication offers an effective and healthy way to express yourself. It encourages open, honest dialogue with others, and even while still considering the needs of others, you always consider what others are willing to have. If you have this type of attitude, then definitely you are an assertive communicator. You can recognize assertive communication with these qualities such as the ability to express desires and needs with confidence. Sometimes you may have seen that your some brothers and sisters, if you have brother, you may have observed that one of your sister may never say anything, may never demand anything from their parents. On the other hand, the other will keep on demanding till the time the person receives those things. So both these qualities project the different type of personality these two type of people have. So if they can confidently display their desires, their requirements, their needs to others, then they are assertive communicators because they can communicate what do they want. And the use of I statement. I feel frustrated when people show up late. So they can make these types of statements as well. The ability to say no also, they consist and they maintain very good eye contact with others. And you can see these types of phrases, they always speak that I am responsible for my own happiness. And I respect the need and opinion of others. So when, if opinions and needs and requirements of others are taken care of, then these type of people are assertive communicators. And even they say that we all have the right to express ourselves respectively, respectfully, and honestly. If these types of statements are made by communicators, then they are assertive communicators. And you can see out of these four, this type of communicators are, we have observed that these are very good communicators. And once if you do not have these type of qualities, you can even imbibe, you can even enhance your skills. How do assertive communicators do? And even you can also become assertive communicators. Communication is a skill and you can always acquire it because it is not a quality that you acquire by birth. Your needs, when you are thinking, then you are aggressive. When you are thinking of others' needs, then always you are passive. But you need to maintain a balance between these two and then only you can become assertive communicators. When you find that you are falling into aggressive, passive or passive aggressive patterns, it's time to learn a new communication style to create healthier interactions. It's not that a person or everyone can fit among these four styles only. Even we can build some other styles apart from these. These are the four basic styles. So we can acquire some good favorable qualities of any style, and later on we can proceed further. And we can frame our own communication style to create healthier interactions And sometimes we may see that we can learn to recognize our communication tendencies and adjust our patterns according to the situations in which we are dealing. Always assertive communication fosters an environment that allows both the speakers and listeners to express their ideas openly and respectfully. So this type of style seem that it is a favorable style because it is favorable for all those who are communicating. It requires being open, honest and direct, but do not be aggressive. So you need not to be aggressive. On the other hand, you can be open, or you need to be open, honest and direct if you wish to say something. Only then you can acquire the skills of assertive communication. Assertive, that means we can say even good. So this is the conclusion that we have drawn from today's talk, that if we are passive, that means we are bad. We are not communicating, we are not responsive towards others. If we are more aggressive, if we are responsive, but still in aggressive manner, if we are responding to others, that is really bad. So what should you do? You should always be. So here, these are two bad. Now what is good? That is assertive. So as now you have understood that these are the four styles. So it is time to develop self-awareness and even uncover your behavioral tendencies and personal requirements. Then employing assertive communication behaviors, start expressing the requirements and what do you want in a confident manner. If you can do that, then obviously you are having a communication style that is really beneficial for your personality. So if you have these type of styles, out of these styles, if you can identify that which type of style do you have, later on you can alter, you can imbibe, you can acquire some skills so that you can alter your communication style and you can become an effective communicator. Because first of all you need to identify that what sort of styles do people have, and if a person is having these type of styles, how can you deal with that person, and if you yourself are having that particular style, how can you alter your own style just to match, or if you wish to have very good communication style. So we will be discussing in detail about all these communication styles in the upcoming session. All right.